What's going on, everybody? My name's Tim Sal. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a good week. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I'm here to help you. We're talking about all kinds of things, from woodworking, DIY, hobbyist, and product reviews. So in my first video, I gave you guys the beginner tool list. Now, if you haven't seen that video before, please go back to my channel and check that out. But in that video, I talked to you guys about power drills and what kind is the best for you. And today we're comparing these two, dewalt versus Milwaukee. Okay, so before we get started in the video, I kind of just want to talk about what we're going to be going over. Okay, so you have a lot of different options to pick from. You have all different kinds of brands, and within those brands you have subcategories, which is just a lot. Now, the last thing you want to do is go out, spend your money on something that is just okay, that you really don't like. So hopefully I can help you save a little bit of time and a little bit of money by doing some of these comparisons. Okay, so in my first video we talked about having a power drill in your toolkit. Now, the ones that I recommend, especially if you're a woodworker, would be maybe a 12-volt series lineup. Both of these drills have amazing power to them. You don't have to worry about being underpowered. I would say that this dewalt 12-volt series, which is the extreme compact, has just slightly under the power that this big guy has, and this one is a workhorse. This is the brushless dewalt 20-volt power drill, and man, this guy can get it done, really. But there's so many pros to having this one, as well as the Milwaukee. This is the 12-volt fuel series, and before I had started using these guys, I didn't really know what I was missing, but both of these have plenty of power, plenty of torque to get things done. But if you're starting off, one of the things I had mentioned was maybe going with the Ryobi series. The Ryobi series is really nice. It's very affordable. Your one battery will fit all the lines. So if you're just getting started, I would recommend maybe something like that. But if you have a little bit more money and you want to go out and spend something, which one of these is going to be the best? I want to talk pros and cons for each series. Okay, so I'm going over 4 things about each series. First being cost, power, feel and features, and lastly, my overall take on which one that I prefer, that I would recommend to you guys. Okay, so first up, we're talking about the Milwaukee 12-volt series. When it comes to cost, these guys are going to be up there. As far as right now, you can get these at Home Depot for about $229. But depending on when you get it and on store deals, you can get them from cheaper, and sometimes you can get them in the whole kit. Now, this one specifically comes with the 4 amp and the 2 amp hour batteries, and that comes with the charger and both of these. Now, as far as power is concerned, this 12-volt series is going to be one of your strongest drills out there as far as 12-volt series goes. Milwaukee has done a pretty good job, and I think that's where they really shine, is that they have a super powerful hydraulic operated impact drill, and their power drills are just as equally strong. These have adjustable knobs on top right here where you can adjust the setting, and it has the reverse and forward right here on the side, and that's pretty common, as well as the battery indicator right here, right on top of the on the drill itself. That goes for both of them. Now, one of the things that I really like about this series is that their battery capacities. They have a large selection of battery capacities. So to just get started, to come with this 2 amp hour battery is not bad at all. And their battery chargers, all of them are compatible with the 12-volt line, which is fantastic. So you really, now the way they're selling it is that once you get your first battery charger, you can go into a 20-volt series and you'll be fine. On the drills themselves, they have a simple belt hook clip right here. Now, this belt hook isn't my favorite. It's kind of small. It kind of makes it to where the drill moves around a lot. It's definitely not my favorite. I guess I would have preferred one maybe at the bottom, or I don't know, but here's what I will say: the feel of it. It's kind of bulky in the hand. I can't really explain it. Not that it's bad, but I have a medium-sized hands, and it's a handful. What I really noticed is I was building a cabinet, and I had a lot of drilling to do and screws to drive in. And by the end of the day, I probably had 6 to 8 hours that I was putting into this thing. And by the end of it, my hand cramped on me, and I have never had that before. I don't know if that's just me getting old. I never had that problem until I used this guy the first time. That's really probably my main gripe about this drill. Okay, next is the 12-volt series from dewalt, and I think they really did a really good job on these power drills and drivers. The only thing is I'm ready for them to expand on the line. One of the things I would like to see are a higher capacity battery. I've been looking around, and if you guys have found higher capacity batteries, please tell us where to find it in the comment section. But as far as right now, you can only get a 2 amp hour. I might be wrong about that, but that's the only one that I found. The battery indicator is right here. The cost for these is about $149, and that came with both drills and 2 batteries and a battery charger, which is not bad. Is it worth it to go with a cheaper? Well, you're getting a dewalt, and dewalt has always been a good brand. It's always been a really good line. These are reliable. I haven't had any issues with them. As far as power is concerned, these and my experience with them are just slightly less powerful than the Milwaukee. Now, with that being said, to compare it, that would be like a punter on a football team who kicks 100 yards versus him kicking 90 yards. The difference is so minimal that unless you're doing something very specific, you're really not going to notice. And if you do get into where you need more power, you're probably going to get into a 12-volt lineup, a 20-volt lineup anyways. So as far as power is concerned, I would say that they're almost even, but Milwaukee does have the advantage there. Now, as far as feel goes, it definitely feels a little bit heavier than the dewalt. And one of the things that I like about the dewalt is that the way it feels in the hand. When I carry this thing around and I'm using it, it's really, really nice. But when I hold the dewalt, it's almost like my hand gets a break from using the Milwaukee just because of how big it is. And I wouldn't say I got huge hands, but I don't think I have small hands either. That's one of the nice things about this lineup, is the way it feels holding it. Now the power settings are right here on the top. You can adjust the power settings, and you can see the battery power from directly on the battery. Now, which one you prefer? I really don't have a preference of either one. They're both kind of nice. It's just the way they are, I guess. This one's on the battery. I do know a lot of guys do prefer on the battery, so this way when they're charging, they can just pull it off and see how much the battery is without having to put it in the actual driver itself. But that's just something you have to figure out for yourself. Okay, so overall, if I had to pick one drill driver to use overall, and that was it, I would have to go with the dewalt drill driver. This guy just has so much power. It's so compact, and it just feels really good to use. The belt clip goes on really, really well. The power is there. You're not going to have any problems with the power, that's for sure. And one of the things I really like about the drill, the impact drive, is that the halo type light that's on it is super, super nice. Very, very handy. Both the Milwaukees have it on the tips right here, which is not bad. But you'll notice that when you're actually going to drive something down, you'll cast a shadow this way. And sometimes that can not get in the way, but you might want that extra light. So in that case, I would go this. Now this is definitely the cheaper of the two, but I would recommend this guy. Like I said before, if you don't have the budget to jump into one of these sets, you can go with something that's a little bit more or less expensive, like the Craftsman, which is a great lineup. The Ryobi, also a great lineup. And even the Harbor Freight Hercules series. They have a great lineup of tools. And it's kind of what depends on what your budget is. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up. Let me know in the comment section what your preferred type is, the Milwaukee or the dewalt. You guys prefer the battery capacities and the power of the Milwaukee over the feel and function of the dewalt? Let me know. Also, if you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. That will greatly help my channel. That's it for now. Until next time, keep building.